everyone. Sam Snyder here with Mike Thomas. I'm here with Mallorie Abels at Prana Yoga, and we're going to talk a little bit about yoga and what you can expect. So Mallorie, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So, like Sam said, my name is Mallorie. I'm originally from North Carolina, but moved here at a young age with my family and graduated from Carroll in 2013 and live here with my husband and my dog Marshmallow, and it's a good time, yeah.
Marshmallow's great.
Marshmallow's amazing. She's my life. I love her.
Yeah. So how did you first get into yoga?
So I actually started yoga in 2014. I was 19 at the time and absolutely hated yoga at first.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time I had no body awareness, and the majority of yoga is just being a witness to what's happening in and around your body. And so being told to become aware of your toes or your fingers did not appeal to me at all.
Yeah, just being aware of what's going on.
Exactly. And so I was not comfortable with that, and luckily I had a really amazing teacher that kind of eased me into it, and I love it, and I've found such a healing process through yoga, and
that's fantastic. Yeah.
So I stuck around, cool. And I'm glad I did.
So now you teach yoga.
I do.
Where are some of the places that you teach yoga at?
So I teach here in this lovely studio at Prana Yoga off of Rudisill in the Summit building on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, Fridays at 6 p.m., and then Sundays at 8 a.m. And I also teach at the Promenade Pavilion at the New Riverfront Park the first and third Sundays of the month from 4 to 5, which is a free community class if you're interested in joining me there. As well as I teach at Country Heritage Winery on Thursday nights.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, in their event space from 6 to 8. Well, we're open from 6 to 8 and class starts at 6:30. As well as I work at a chiropractic office, and so I teach once a week at the chiropractic office that I work at.
And for any of these classes that you teach, can anyone come?
Yes, for the most part. I mean, if there's any kind of physical ailments or anything, as a teacher, it's important that I know that before we get started. So if you do want to come and join me, just make sure that you let me know if there's any kind of conditions that might be happening in your body, and we can work with you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's all about that awareness.
Exactly, exactly.
So what should a first-timer expect when they come to one of your classes?
So like I said, let me know if there's any kind of conditions that are happening. If you're pregnant, let me know. But I keep it pretty basic for the most part. So just expect...
So it won't be overwhelming.
It will not be overwhelming, I promise. But just... I am going to ask you to be aware of your toes and your fingers, and I'm going to ask you to focus on your breath. We do a lot of movement with the breath, and so in our society today, I think that that's lost in transition. And so I guess that for me too was when I first started, I was like, man, she's cueing the breath a lot. You know what I mean? And so I guess a first timer should expect we will be moving with the breath quite a bit.
Everyone needs to breathe.
Yes.
Keep the breath going.
Yes.
Okay. So when you teach yoga, you get certifications.
Yes.
What kind of certifications do you have, or are you working towards any that you're excited about?
Yeah, great question. So I have my 200-hour certification, which is pretty typical. Most yoga teachers have a 200-hour certification that teach in yoga studios. So I got that October of 2018, and I am finishing right now my 500-hour certification, which I will be done in May. So I'm super excited about that.
Yep. Doubling your certification.
Exactly. So finish that in May, and then I'm also enrolled in the yoga therapy program here at Prana Yoga.
Yoga therapy?
Yes.
What is yoga therapy?
So yoga therapy is a little bit different than traditional yoga, where we work with patients or clients with a specified condition or disorder and work towards a goal to get them to a place where they can
What kind of disorder?
Oh my gosh, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, any kind of mental disorders like addictions or eating disorders.
Oh, so you help people with addictions. Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah. So, and so.
And if they have some sort of pain or anything like
any
that?
kind of pain, yep, we'll work with people with pain. Any kind of spinal misalignments like scoliosis we work with.
Okay.
Or any bulging or herniated discs, we work with people that have those kinds of limiting ailments as well. So,
very good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
Cool. So where is the craziest place that you have ever done yoga?
So my husband and I used to live in Colorado for a few years, and I guess the coolest place ever actually is Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Red Rock Amphitheater, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I did yoga there. And
okay.
That was like the craziest experience. It was.
Was it a small group?
Oh no, it was huge.
Okay.
It was like a third of the amphitheater filled of people practicing, and it was an early morning class. You got to watch the sunrise over the amphitheater, and it was just like such a beautiful, amazing experience, for sure.
Very surreal, I'm sure.
Yes. Oh yeah. So cool.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you do yoga when you're not teaching?
I do.
You do yoga when you're not? Where do you do yoga?
Well, this might sound very hippy-dippy of me, but I'm going to say it anyways. So when I first started, I didn't when you think of yoga is postures or poses, but the more I've been practicing and going to classes and learning about yoga, the more I've learned that yoga is how you live from day to day, in the moment to moment. So I tried to live my yoga off my mat by just constantly checking in with myself, becoming aware of my physical body, my breath, and what's going on around me. So yoga in Sanskrit literally means to bring together, or it means union. Okay. And so I constantly am in connection with what's going on internally as well as externally. And so So
you live it.
I live it, and
live it.
Yes, yeah. Yoga is meant to be lived on and off the mat.
Okay.
So I do my best. There's days where I'm just like in a funk and not living my yoga, but for the most part, I try to stay in that constant connection.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So when you're not teaching yoga, when you're living it, what kind of things do you like to do?
Like I said, I'm married, so I love spending time with my best friend and my husband, as well as my dog. Love Marshmallow. So we like to get outside and go on walks, or when we lived in Colorado, we did a lot of hiking. Summers are like my favorite months of the year, so we like to go backpacking and camping and doing that kind of thing. I also really enjoy painting. I love being like crafty and that kind of stuff. I enjoy expressing my
getting some creativity out there in the world.
Yeah. And let's see what else. I like to bake. That's another way of expressing creativity. So I enjoy
Have
baking.
You always liked to bake?
Yeah, I would say My mom's a culinary teacher, so she taught me at a young age to be in the kitchen and feel comfortable there, so I do enjoy it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Mallorie, thanks for taking the time to talk to us about yoga. Yeah. And we're here at the Prana Studios. If you have any questions about real estate, visit my Facebook or Instagram page, Your Local Expert Sam. And Mallorie, where can people find more information about yoga? So I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I have all of my schedules on my Instagram mostly at mallory.ables.yoga. So that's where you can find my schedule. Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks for holding down the fort, Mallorie. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Thank you.